conflict.
I think there's a major conflict
with the idea that we could reach out to the Tea Party.
With the idea that we could reach out to the Tea Party.
Just based on what I know of that group on a fundamental level.
Just based on what I know of that group on a fundamental level.
Though we may be in agreement on a few issues.
Though we may be in agreement on a few issues.
They would be absolutely repulsed.
They would be absolutely repulsed
by the rest of the ideas that I generally hear circulating around.
By the rest of the ideas that I generally hear circulating around.
And I don't think that it would be beneficial to what we got started.
And I don't think that would be beneficial to what we've got started.
Which has a core of radical change.
Which has a core of radical change.
For us to begin trying to whittle out ourselves into something that would be acceptable enough for the Tea Party.
For us to begin whittling ourselves into something that would be acceptable to the Tea Party.
Without losing the spirit of what's going on.
Without losing the spirit of what's going on here.
It's a great question. We're extremely well framed. Let me say why we haven't connected yet. I don't want any compromise on my liberal views, or on your liberal views, or your radical views, or whatever your views are. I'm not talking about compromising views. I'm asking whether we can't find a common ground without compromising the views, and use that common ground to bring about real change. And when we have the real change, when we have a government that isn't corrupted, when we have a Congress that people don't think is bought and sold, then let's you and I come down here and fight for our fundamental views that are different from the views of the Tea Party about taxation or whatever the issue is you want to pick. I'm not talking about finding the happy mean, the middle between two extremes. I'm not talking about compromise. We liberals have been compromising way too long on our substantive beliefs. I'm talking about making it possible for liberal ideas to win, and possible, if the Democratic electorate wants, for conservative ideas to win. But neither set of ideas can win in a system where money buys the results in Congress. Neither end. So we fix that system, and then we fight about whether taxation should be higher or lower, about whether education should be triply funded from what is funded right now, whether defense should be radically cut. These ideas I think we probably share, but we're not going to build a movement that unites a nation around those 30 ideas. We might build a movement that unites a nation around one or two ideas. And the question is that enough to facilitate the kind of reform that makes the rest possible? And that's the two steps I want you to make. I don't want to take the time from the General Assembly.
A little bit about the Tea Party. I attended anti-war rallies and the 4th of July smoke-in at Lafayette Park. And when the Tea Party was starting out, they sent people to reach out to the people who were against the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and also against marijuana prohibition. Okay, so do not prejudice yourself because of what you have seen in the mass media about the Tea Party people, because they are only going to show the people that are the craziest and the ones that scare you, because they want you to hate them and they want the Tea Party to hate us.
Yeah, but I don't want the suggestion of Dr. Pangloss. These people have different values from you and I. They're Americans, they love this country like you and I do, but they have different values. And all I'm saying is we don't have to resolve all those differences, because we also have a common set of values about how a corrupted democracy serves nobody's interest, and we can at least unite around that. Now, I was promised some time, and I don't want to invade the next chunk of work of this organization. So I just want to thank you again for letting me have an opportunity.